All right, welcome back. Let's get to our correspondent, our judiciary correspondent, Shola Shoyele, who is in court at the moment to bring us an update on what is going on today, because we expect that judgment to be handed down on the presidential election case. Hello, Shola. So what's going on?
Large presence of security officials, of course. Lawyers are trickling in, not so many at the moment. We've not seen any senior lawyers. We've not seen any of the prominent faces, but a few lawyers have gone in. And like the Supreme Court did on Monday, they've banned cameras again from going into the court. Journalists are standing outside. We've been told, initially we were told that only the accredited reporter would be allowed to go into the courtroom, no cameras. After some back and forth, they came back and said to us that, well, the cameras could stay on the grounds of the court premises, and they've mapped out a certain area where we can stay and observe the proceedings, but cameras are not allowed into the courtroom. And so the reporters, a few reporters have gone in, and the rest of us are just here on the grounds of the Supreme Court observing what's happening. So that's the situation report for now.
Well, there'll be a lot of expectations from there. So do you get any feelers from the candidates of what? The PDP, the APC, the Labour Party? Have you seen any one of them? Would you talk to them behind the scenes? What impression do they have of, or expectations of today?
Any of the lawyers or even any of the party members, we've seen a few junior lawyers come in and go into the court premises. There's security checks, of course, but we've not seen, any of the leading lawyers for any of the parties. So, not much feedback so far.
Tell us if this is unusual or this is normal, because we understand that the Supreme Court is supposed to sit at 9 a.m. today. Can you reconfirm that time to us? And given what it is that you're seeing on the ground in terms of the number of people that have shown up already, does it look like the court is going to be seated at 9?
Okay, yes, the court is still going to sit at 9. We've not heard anything to the contrary. And I'm just hearing that the lead counsel for the PDP, Chris Uche, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, has just arrived in court. And he's walked past me a few minutes ago and is going right in. So not much is happening here. But in terms of expectations, everybody's just hopeful that finally we'll have a judgment today. The court will sit, but it would have been nice if the cameras were allowed into the court and, the situation we had when we had judgments at the lower courts, and then the cameras could back the judges and face the lawyers, and everybody could follow the proceedings. And I'm sure that's what a lot of Nigerians were expecting. But when we got here, we asked why the cameras could not go in, and they said there was no agreement that the proceedings would be televised.
Well, it's early yet. Some people will say it's certainly early in the day. It's just a few minutes past 8 o'clock. It's not yet 8:30. So, yes, maybe people are taking their time. And by the way, it's Abuja, certainly not Lagos, where you're coming from, where people...
We got here as early as 7 a.m.
worry about traffic, etc. Well, so, as you've said, a few of the senior lawyers are now beginning to show up. So we assume that anytime by 8:30 or thereabouts, we should be seeing
a lot more of them.
More bustling, robust premises. But can you tell us what the expectations are today? People still remember the judgment being delivered at the Court of Appeal, which is the court of first instance for the tribunal. and the judgment was delivered for 12 hours, if not more. My colleagues were there.
Oh,
I was
My
there.
colleagues were there. Are we expecting something of that length today?
It's really hard to say, but the issues are fairly straightforward. We expect the Supreme Court to first deal with any preliminary objections to any of the appeals that have been filed, if there's any. And then, of course, you know, they'll be taking the application that has been filed by former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, seeking to introduce new evidence. That's the CSU document challenging the authenticity of the document submitted by the president. And then from there, they will go to the merits of the petition. So it's hard to say if they're going to take a lot of time, because the Supreme Court may well give its judgment and then reserve its reasons for the judgment till a later date. And they may as well go ahead and, you know, do everything, in which case we would have a longer proceedings. But it's at the discretion of the court, really, and we really don't know what the judges are going to do.
all right. Thank you very much indeed, Shola Shiele. We'll keep tabs on that and then and see how all of that comes through. But be careful, though. I hope those truck drivers look where they're going. All right, then. All the best to everyone out there.
Thank you.
Okay, so we don't expect those kind of long hours of judgment delivery like we had the last time. Goodness, I didn't even plan for that. Only for us.
I was very happy to be on leave at that time.